Andressa, what are you seeing from your hotel clients, maybe some hotels nearby? You're up around Portland. What's going on right now?
Yeah, out here on the West Coast, we still have a lot of properties that are shut down that are starting to reopen. Um, those that didn't shut down, the ones that are actually a little bit more removed from city centers, ones on the beach, kind of out in the desert, those are the ones that are starting to see a little bit of pickup in terms of occupancy. So, and a lot of it coming from either short drive market or kind of right within the destination, just people closest to the city who are just wanting to get out
Right,
and have some time to themselves, a little bit of space where they can kind of feel like they're breathing some good
right.
clean air.
So you're having conversations with your clients, and for weeks and weeks, right? Hotels have just shut down and nothing's been going on. Is are hotels doing any marketing right now?
Yeah, you do have some. There are some really good, especially in the independent space, in luxury brands. Pacific Hospitality Group is doing some really cool stuff right now. Belmond, Rosewood. So you do have some of the independents that are like they're keeping going with their marketing in terms of reaching out and providing messages that provide value to their followers and
Hmm.
people who are interested in learning more about the brand. So you see some good engagement there and just value being provided in that way and being able to stay top of mind
Hmm.
and hotels that are showing that they're very customer centric, I guess, right now in their messaging.
Right. Even the ones that are doing marketing, and a lot of people are just kind of laying low. Spend, I'm sure marketing spend has just plummeted just about everywhere. So maybe marketers have some time on their hands in these hotels. Uh, what would you suggest? How would you suggest they spend their time?
I think right now we have a really great opportunity. We go at a really fast pace in the industry daily. There's really not a lot of time to stop and breathe. Um, and right now, I feel like we have a good opportunity to kind of step back and look at our storytelling and how we're actually using that really effectively in our marketing and with our media budgets, especially on the independent side, which that's predominantly like luxury independent hotels. That's who I work with. We are rock stars, like masters of the universe at storytelling, right? Like nobody does it better than us in the industry. Um, but where we sort of we get a little bifurcated at the property level in terms of marketing, in terms of like story branding or storytelling and branding over here, and then using those really great stories and targeting them to the individuals who are most likely to book with us and making the most of our marketing dollars that way. Um, I think where we have some really good opportunity right now is to go back and look at our BI tools, not just in marketing, but across, on tools that in marketing we wouldn't normally even get trained on, like Noland. Your marketing person is not going to be trained on Noland typically. But if we look at where we have opportunities, like you can develop B2B marketing campaigns by information that you can get out of Noland.
Hmm.
And you can be more targeted with specific verticals who might be booking at certain times and just kind of understanding where are our guests coming from and what do they need to be hearing from us right now.
The
I'll give you a really
CRS,
good
the
example.
CRS for that matter. I mean, what channels are they booking on right now?
Right,
Sorry to
right.
interrupt. Go ahead.
No, just in terms of where we have opportunities, I'll give you a really simple example. Let's say you are a property in downtown Seattle and summer is high season for Seattle. Let's say one of your key feeder markets, just very broadly, is Pacific Northwest, like Drive Market, right? But another one of your key feeders is going to be the Southwest, so like around the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, San Diego, some of the main key feeders down there. Those booking windows for those two different types of guests are probably going to be very different for your property for summer, right?
Hmm.
And the messages and the messaging that's going to motivate them to book is going to be very different. for summer. So in the Southwest, it gets oppressively hot in the summer. Your messaging could be speaking to that at the right time for them when they're looking to book their summer travel. But in the Northwest, we know that the summers are beautiful up here, and maybe somebody just wants to get into the city just to do a quick weekend in the city, or maybe this combined, Seattle, Northern Cascades hiking kind of weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can very easily, like using the data that you have, very easily tailor your messaging and the timing of your messaging to those specific groups. But that's just something that a lot of hotels aren't doing right now. But when you do that, you have more of an opportunity to actually hit home with the messaging and get them to book a higher probability of booking.
Is it this is the same issues marketing departments, the same issue I have as a marketer. I can brand. I'm really good at that. The analytics, I have to hire that because my brain don't work that way. Spreadsheets scare me. But I've made it a point because I've realized I'm good at this. I'm not so good at this. And I go hire someone who balances me out. And, do you see that in hotels? Is that an area where they can improve? Or is the budget not there for, 3 people in marketing? It's going to be 1 or something like that.
Yeah, I think, nobody's in a place to be adding a lot of FTEs right now, right?
Right.
But to your point, it oftentimes in marketing does take a different skill set than what we're often hiring for in marketing, especially at the property level. We hire for someone who is really good at storytelling, really good at branding, and putting beautiful photos out there on social media, like social media strategy. But I think that there is definitely an opportunity, whether it's hiring an FTE or I don't know how much sense it makes for every single hotel to do that, right? I think it's taking a look at your business mix to kind of say how much is leisure, how much is B2C of my business mix, how much is B2B, and where does it make sense? Do I have the right skill sets at the property level right now? Do I need a DOSM who's also handling marketing? Or should I have a DOS and a DOM, someone who understands marketing strategy, understands the tools that they have available to them to drive more revenue and knows how to use them most effectively and most efficiently? And what skills do I need in-house versus what can I outsource more cost efficiently? I think those are the questions that hoteliers have to be asking themselves right now.
Do you think there's going to be more outsourcing of marketing given where hotels find themselves right now?
I feel like there has to be a conduit. When I work at properties, the thing that I constantly find is missing is that there's a conduit missing between the revenue strategy and what the revenue director is doing and what's happening with the media especially the digital media dollars
Mm-hmm.
and the PR effort. And when the two aren't in sync, then there's a lot of lost opportunity on using marketing to drive revenue, and especially direct revenue, like through your direct channels.
Right. What should hotels, I mean, if they're going to outsource, what questions should they be asking their potential, contractor?
What hoteliers need to be doing is looking for someone who can take an actual business challenge, like we need this much revenue for Q1, and we're looking to increase ADR by this amount. Now let's go out and find guests and make it happen. Someone who can use marketing to actually impact that business challenge, not someone who can get you high ROI on your PPC or on your retargeting. That's not what you should be looking for. It should be more of the broader level questions about impacting business.
Yeah. So it's, and again, I bring it back to my own experience, marketing for software companies. It's easy to show metrics of activity rather than real achievements like revenue.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's one of those things where you can talk all day about how this channel generated this much ROI, this channel generated this much ROI, and on paper the ROI may be really high for those channels and may look really good, but if you didn't achieve your business goal, then what good is it doing you?
All right. Well, I've enjoyed our conversation, Andressa.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for having me on, Jason.
Thank you.